So I was going through this. I was going through the closet for towels, looking for a towel, and I couldn't find anything. Right. So I decided this morning that I was going to organize it. So I started emptying out the closet, and as I'm emptying out the closet, I'm finding all these old towels, like these little baby towels, like that the kids haven't used since like they were like little babies. The one with the dinosaur heads and the lion heads and stuff like that. Right. I'm like, yo, I haven't seen these in like over 10 years. And then there were other ones, definitely hotel towels. I was like, babe, all these years, have you been stealing hotel towels? And you know what she said to me? She's like, I paid for them, right? I was like, babe, that's not how it works.
So
they probably have the stitching of the initials of the hotel.
Exactly. I was like, babe, that's not how it works. So she's been stealing hotels for as long as we've been married.
We only have Paradisus towels.
Babe, you can't say that. You can't.
You are never going back to that resort again.
Yeah, Best Western towels.
So she's not just stealing the bath towels. She's stealing the pool towels, the beach towels, and all that stuff too, right?
Pool towels are ones that I take.
No, that's not true. You took all of them. We have bath towels. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're very nice, okay? These hotel towels.
I mean, of course.
But we have so many towels, and it's not like we can't afford towels either.
You don't have to buy any, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
Obviously, I'm paying for it.
That's not how it works. And then I saw this body wrap, right? This a body wrap, like a bikini wrap. I don't know what you call it, right? I was like, hey, when's the last time you wore a bikini wrap, right? She got that from our honeymoon. I was like, babe, did they give it to us, or did you take that as well?
Yes, package for us. And that's not mine.
It was included.
That's yours.
You have a bikini wrap?
No, for the men, like, I don't know. It's like Tahitian wrap things.
Oh, like a sarong kind of thing?
Yeah. It's definitely not mine. It was like brownish color.
All right.
I'm losing you, Ben Lau.
Oh, how about now? Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Can you guys see me okay?
Yeah, but you're really slow. No, you're pixelated.
Yeah. You're pixelated like...
You're super potato.
Like Wreck-It Ralph.
But how's the audio, though?
No,
It's good.
Yeah, so that's fine.
We can't see you.
Okay.
You're like...
It's like I am at the in a war zone or something like that, Yeah.
Reporting.
CNN correspondent.
But do you know what else we have a lot of, Molinas? Do you know what else we have a lot of?
What?
We have shampoo, conditioner, and lotions from probably every single hotel. There's a drawer that we have in our house that has all the shampoo, conditioner, and lotions from every hotel we've ever visited in the past almost 20 years. Why?
Because they're there. We don't use it, and I take it with me.
Are you still not using it?
Yeah, but I use it.
I see you going into the housekeeping staff's cart in the hallway, grabbing some, helping yourself.
I don't. I don't shampoo. Oh my God!
We paid for it.
Lies.
You're gonna get us arrested one of these days.
Every hotel's security desk from now on.
Lies.
Hey, Karis is not allowed to come to a hotel.
For kids, I bring our own shampoo.
You're gonna be banned.
I bring my own shampoo and conditioner. You bring your own shampoo and conditioner. We all bring our own.
We're not
gonna use hotels.
And then she just takes whatever's there home.
I can't take you
Did
anywhere.
you take some from the hotel in Paris?
Which we obviously don't
Probably,
use.
yeah. I think she did.
What?
Did you take anything from the Paris hotel? The Paris hotel.
Paris hotel was attached to the wall. No, it was the shampoo were like...
In Europe, it was like that. They were all
the ones, yeah.
Because they knew you were coming, okay? They knew you were coming. The Paradisus in Mexico called Paris and said that you were coming.
Oh my God. Wait, now that you're done blowing up Karis' spot, are you guys focused AF?
No.
Are we starting?
I'm quitting.
Are we ready to start this podcast?
Focused.
I think we're ready to start this podcast. You ready to start this podcast?
Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. My name is Ben.
I am Karis.
I'm Jen.
And this is Ro.
Hello.
We are Focused AF. Actually, I don't know we're Focused AF or not.
Well, this is our first time doing remote. So
I feel like this is like the pandemic all over again, like COVID, Zoom meetups and stuff. This is a little nicer though.
I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, it is convenient.
I think you guys, since the pandemic, you guys have been meeting all your clients on Zoom, right?
always on Zoom.
Yep. 100% of clients on Zoom.
We don't have an office no more, so there's nowhere for anybody to go.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, we built a she shed for these meetings, and everyone's on Zoom. It's such a shame. But now we're using
Yeah.
it for the podcast, so at least we're using it for something.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then it's
but-
too hot for the summer. So
Well, I have the AC running. It's been running for like an hour and a half. It's still hot as hell in here.
yeah, exactly. I have a meeting Sunday. I gotta run the AC from the morning.
Damn, bright and early.
Yeah, early in the morning.
An in-person meeting?
Retainer meeting.
Okay.
You know,
It's
one
in
of those.
person.
You know,
They
Well,
just
that
want to
means
see.
you're booking weddings, which ties into our
Yes.
convo for today, huh?
Yeah. So I guess today we're going to be talking about traffic and bookings and all that good stuff. You know, I don't know about you guys. I think I mentioned previously in previous episodes that, you know, I'm no stranger to Facebook groups. I do hang out on Facebook a little bit. No, actually, I hang out on Facebook a lot.
A lot.
And you know, I read a lot of this stuff. You know how Rolando gets his birds and stuff. Well, this is how I get my birds and stuff. You know, and what I'm hearing, a lot of what I'm seeing, there's been a lot of complaints. You know, a lot of worry, a lot of concern from folks in the industry who are worrying about, you know, bookings and inquiries slowing down and whatnot. So I guess that's what we're going to be talking about today. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I mean, as far as how you guys are doing for this year and next year, I mean, how are you guys doing?
We're doing better. Well, so we started off the year really strong. So we're about like halfway booked for next year, which is good. April through June was, a little quiet.
It was rough.
Very rough, actually, but it's picking back up, which is good.
Mhm.
And I think my theory is correct again. I was telling him once the summer hits is when like teachers come out, start planning their weddings. And we've met with a few teachers. So it's kind of like picking back up again, which is good.
Karis and I had a different take about this morning when we were eating breakfast, that her belief was that people are in summer vacation mode. You know, they're planning their vacations.
No one's
You know,
like
they're
no
not-
one's like planning mode, you know. So I think by like September, people will be, you know, back.
Back into it.
Yeah. And like people are waiting like more to the last minute. We met with two couples recently. One, their wedding is November, right? November this
Mhm.
year. Today we had another meeting, and that couple, their wedding is February of next year. So I think we're gonna start seeing more of that. Like couples within like 4 to 9 months are gonna start looking for their vendors now. They're probably holding on to their money a little bit longer just
Yeah.
to see what's going on with the economy and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
Yo, did I tell you? I don't know if I told you guys this. We had an inquiry that showed up to our door 2 days ago. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
yeah.
Right?
You mentioned it, I think, on your live. Was it on your live?
Yeah, actually, you know what? It happened during my live. my
When
wife
you
was
show up
like,
at your door, like your
Yeah, just showed up at our door.
your house.
yeah,
Yeah,
and my
someone
wife.
just showed up, and I was like, I was like, is there a meeting, right? And then, this guy just showed up. I was like, yes, and he's like, he pointed at his phone, and then he had a Google, you know, Benlock.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, is this you? Well, I'm like, yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm getting married. 9/16. So I led him to our email. I was like, here, I'll do the contact form, and then, you know, we'll see if we're available and then get back to you. And then I was like, random.
I was gonna say that's a scary thing about having a home address. We don't put it like publicly, no.
Yeah.
But I mean, you had yours on there because you have meetings at your home. We don't
That is
have
correct.
meetings at our homes.
Yeah, we
we,
do.
we never did.
Yeah.
So he just showed up.
So
So,
when people search you on Google, your address, it doesn't come up.
Our office used to come up wherever that
Got it,
was.
got it. Yeah.
Actually,
It might still even show that address.
we were never there, like unless there was an appointment. So I'm sure people probably stopped in, like walking by.
Yeah.
that was the first walk-in that we
Yeah,
ever had.
That's odd.
But
That's
yeah,
very
it's very
odd.
weird. Anyway, his wedding is in like 2 months. So talk about last
Oh.
minute.
9/16, and it was in like South Plainfield, right?
Or
Did you
North
reply?
Plainfield. Yeah, we replied,
Yeah.
but I
Not
don't know.
available. I'm not available.
So is that how he found
We
you?
recorded.
He found you on Google and was
Yeah,
like,
I guess
"Oh,
he
let
just-
me."
Yeah, he found Ben Lau on Google, and he's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
He was like, "Oh, he lives down the block. Let me stop by."
So that's
Yeah.
one source of your traffic. Your home
Google
address on
Maps.
Google.
Definitely.
Yeah. But when you say that it's been slow for the last 2 months, right? Are you guys talking about traffic or closing? like meetings,
Closing.
More
meetings?
closing.
Yeah, closing.
Yeah,
Um,
inquiries have been good. It's more of like people ghosting the original email or meeting and then not booking.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, the inquiries, they've been coming in steadily. They dropped a little bit, like, but not too much. It's more of like we're spending a lot of time meeting all these like couples and then crickets afterwards. I mean, we're in a normal year, we probably have like 100 consultations and book about 40-50%, which is, you know, the standard. But like lately, like with that little stretch of 3 months, we had like 13 meetings and only booked like 2 couples.
Oh my gosh.
I think a lot of them are meeting and shopping around. I had one couple, I met with them almost like over a month ago. It was one of the groomsmen from my previous wedding. And they didn't have any questions. Like they loved the work. They're like meeting was literally like 20 minute like phone call. And they're like, yeah, let's move forward. Give us a contract, right? From there, it's been like, I send them the contract. So from there, I was like, you know, give me your names and info, your address, all that stuff. That email took almost a week. I send them the contract. Crickets. 2 weeks passed by. Pretty much contract expired at this point, right? I reach out, you know, like, do you need more time? Do you have any questions? Like, are you still... They're like, oh, so sorry. Can you, you know, contract expired? Can you like, you know, extend it? So I extend the contract and then send the new link. Another week or two.
Oh my God.
So Abby, our VA, Abby reached. She's like, do you want me to reach? You know, I saw that you extended the contract. Do you want me to reach them out to again? I was like, yeah. So we did, and they're like, yeah, one more. So after that, there were crickets. After Abby replied to them, they didn't say anything for at least like 3-4 days. And then finally, they came back to me about a week ago from today. They were shopping around for video. And then just in case video, I guess if they found a company that offered video and photo together, I guess they were kind of looking into that option as well. But they came back to me and they're like, oh yeah, we found the video. And thankfully, you know, it's just a video service. We're happy with it. So we're ready to finally move forward with you again, right? Send the contract again for the like third time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So they got a 10-hour package with 1 hour OT. And then they came back to me like 3 days ago. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, can we like remove the OT? And so I had to send them the contract the 4th time. So they're finally coming over. They're the ones coming over this Sunday. After like
finally finalizing it.
month and a half. I'm like, oh my gosh. But
Wow.
Yeah, these clients are
people are dragging
definitely
their feet.
Yeah, they're definitely making us sing for our
Yeah.
supper. You know, they're making us work really hard for this.
That's exactly what I've been telling like friends and whoever. You know, they be like, "How's the wedding?" And I just tell them like, you know, it's good, but we're just working harder to get bookings now.
Yeah,
Like, you know, it's just
Yeah.
got to chase people around and more follow ups.
yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I mean, I actually took the liberty of taking a look at our funnel this morning just to see, you know, what's been going on for the last 2 months, right? In the last 2 months, I think we had maybe 27 inquiries or 28 inquiries, which is not that much because we have 3 brands, remember, right? So like that's not a lot. 27, 28 inquiries is not a lot, but we did close like 8 of them. So we're closing a nice chunk of them. I mean, I would like that number to be a little higher because just like you guys, we close right around 50%, give or take. So the closing rate's a little bit lower, but the inquiry rate is definitely a lot lower. Okay.
Yeah, that's the
so-
same thing that we're seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like we talked about in the other episode of the podcast that's coming out, it's that post-COVID rush where like we got so used to the past 3 years of like everyone booking their wedding right away and they needed to have something and they were ready to like book anybody and just like did like 50 a year.
Yeah.
So it's like
and we
now we're
turned
coming
away.
off of that hump and just whoop, dropping back down.
I think this was what it was pre-COVID. I think everyone just forgot about it. And yeah, they just got used to like everyone wanting to book you and like, the wedding crazy. I think we're back to like 2019. This was what it was.
You know, looking back, I should have been so cocky last year. You know, I should have been
I
like,
don't want that.
I don't want that. It's too
We
much.
all-
I'm
Oh,
saying-
We did the same thing.
We
I don't want to
turned
work
away
that hard.
a lot.
You know,
We did the same thing.
I should have worked 70 weddings last year. You know,
Yeah.
but I stopped at 50, which is still
we
a
took
lot.
months off.
Yo,
Yeah.
like I tell this to you guys every single year. Like, hey, I want to cap it at 35, and every year I end up around 50. You know, I think this is the first year where I actually fought to stay at 35.
And do you regret it now?
I was like, I should have taken more. You know, because I did turn away some work for this year. You know, because I'm trying to focus on the educational stuff, right? But like, in hindsight, maybe I should have taken some of those bookings.
We do the same thing. We're like, all right, summer weekend, no thank you.
Winter, early
Venue,
winter.
we don't like, no thank you. Early winter, no thank you.
And part of that was the first 3 months of the year, we were on fire. Like we came into this year like, oh my God, we have so many weddings booked and it's only March. And then Jen was like, it's time to be picky, be more strict, and let's start to really refine our target. And the next 3 months were just brutal.
No, we started being picky last year.
Oh yeah, last year.
We started being picky last year.
No, but as well, early this year too, we were doing well. So there was like certain, like if it was a double or a triple, nope. We were just like crossing them out.
Yeah.
And like we're saying now, like if we would have had we known that we would have been working a little harder to get bookings, we would have just took some of those. And not
Some of
turned them
those
away.
babies, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we all got very spoiled in the last few years.
So you mentioned earlier that you guys do have a pretty healthy inquiry rate. Even though you might not be closing some of them. Maybe we'll get into those reasons in just a little bit, right? But can we touch on a little bit about how you guys keep a healthy stream of inquiries coming in? Like, what is your primary mode of getting traffic?
So we have like 2 or 3 different sources, and the key to all of them is being consistent. So basically, all I do, my life now is social media. That is my job. I'm not a photographer. I am a social media content creator.
I'm a photographer.
So regularly posting on Instagram, whether we, feed posts or stories or reels, and now with Threads. So it's like, that's literally my job, is just social media. And that's been
working.
good. It's been working. And the key for us to that has been trying to be very strategic with it and not just throwing things up to just throw them up. So a lot of what I've been doing lately is like making reels that are specific to venues or a vendor or something like that. So then they are able to share it or they're able to find us. So like, for example, I made a reel last week from Cross Keys Estate, an album that we had sent them. I got an inquiry maybe like an hour later for Cross Keys Estate that they had found our reel. So trying to be very strategic about what I'm posting and not just throwing up pretty pictures. So
Right,
anything that I can gear towards another way that they could find us, whether tagging a venue, vendor, or location is
Somebody
crucial.
else that found us through the Parchateau reel you did.
Yeah, someone else.
Yeah.
I think it might have been the one that we just booked for this November.
Yeah.
I did a Park Chateau reel. She found that. I booked. She had actually just fired her photographer and then booked us for November.
Why? What happened
No,
to her photographer?
Wait, was it for
Oh,
November
wasn't the
19th?
style anymore
I'm
that she
kidding.
liked? No.
No.
Wait, we just
They
got
fired
fired this
you?
morning.
No, we know who she
Yeah,
fired.
she told us the
But it
person's
was
name.
more like a style thing. So that photographer in particular is now shooting that more warm editorial with blurred photos. And she told us, she was like, I want more like sharp, crisp,
timeless.
images.
Yeah.
So
All
that's
right.
a point for us because I feel like I thought we were losing so much work to these trendy people, but
yeah,
we're not.
It also had me thinking, like, the last year I think we spoke about this on the podcast. Should we be changing our styles to keep up with the trends? And as a creative, we kind of think back and say, you know what, I'm not changing my style. This is who I am. This is my style. That they can either accept me or not. So I've been constantly thinking, like, if we should be evolving a little bit more. And then this, couple that books us is, she booked someone like that, and now she's trying to stray away from it. So it had me thinking, is this all these trends that we're seeing in like 2-3 years? I have a feeling that they're going to be non-existent.
To piggyback off of that, I do believe that it's okay to evolve as long as you're the one that's calling the shots, that you're not following trends or anything like that. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, the style that you shoot should reflect some authenticity in how you view the day and whatnot. You know what I mean? As long as it's authentic to how you view the environment and what you're shooting and who you're shooting, I don't think there's a problem with that. Because the thing is, how you see something is going to evolve over time. How you capture it is going to evolve over time, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're not chasing the latest and greatest trends and stuff, I think you'd be okay.
Yeah. What I'm starting to see is like every person's work is starting to look the same, like the same editing, the same style of like with the trends and stuff. Like everyone's work looks identical, and it's starting to make me that, which goes back to like should we be changing our style? Should we be? And I think you're right. I think we should just take what we see and make it our own, and then just stay consistent and true to ourselves.
Ties back to what we post on Instagram, which is working. So that's bringing in people, which is good. And I guess the other good traffic source for us right now is still like referrals from past clients.
So
That's been key. So social media and referrals, yeah.
social media referrals. For us, I took a look at the bookings that we had, the last 8 that we had. I would say half of them came from referrals from past clients. And then maybe 2 of them came from referrals from the venues themselves. And then the remaining amount came from, believe it or not, like from Reddit. Have you guys ever gotten an inquiry from Reddit?
You know, that's Karis's domain there. Like, does Ben Lau get Reddit referrals or is it all Hey Karis?
It's all Karis. Somehow she kind of got into that niche of like New York City Asian female wedding photographers, and she's at the top of all those subreddits. So somehow she made a name for herself there. But believe it or not, you know, a little bit different from you guys. We don't get a lot of stuff from social media, not a lot from Instagram.
You
All right, I don't.
I do. You don't.
I know Karis definitely posts a lot more than you.
Because,
Oh yeah,
Ben
she's more
Lau's
active than you.
way more active.
Minimal.
I'm busy.
He's on the wrong social media platform all day. He's on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. Like all his stuff is on Facebook. I'm like, why is it not only on Facebook? You know?
No. My work I post on Instagram, but I post on the weekends, like my sneak peeks and stuff like that, and I'll use the stories on the weekends.
Yeah, and then once that's it.
And then when I deliver the galleries, they go up on Instagram.
You're just posting to just hey, I'm Ben Lau.
Here are my photos.
You come in the room, wave, and back away.
Yeah, I just like here's my stuff.
I'm too busy right now.
But to be fair, I am doing the bare minimum. I just I'm just posting whatever I have. But I don't. I wish I had more time to post more regularly on Instagram.
On Facebook and chatting and
I haven't been on
different pets.
because the Molina brothers keep trying to get me to buy stuff. You know,
Right.
sending me links all day. You know.
I haven't bought anything,
I was
so I don't
like,
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, we have no money. You cannot buy anything. Prime Day, nothing.
Correct. That's what I tell him all the time. Prime Day,
Yep,
nothing. Empty
nothing.
cart.
Yep.
We
You don't
added
need-
stuff to the cart, and then we were like, no.
Yeah, do I really need it? No, you don't need it.
So now do you think you'll put more energy into it because you want more? You feel like you decrease your bookings, but now you want to pick them back up?
The thing is, I'm in a kind of funny situation, right? So I'm always a firm believer that you should market the way that fits best for your personality, your marketing style, and things like that. You know, because some people are really great at writing emails and writing copy. That's the case, then SEO might be your game. But if you're really good at curating your portfolio and you're really good at like mini blogging or whatever, then, you know, Instagram or TikTok or whatever, short form content, that might be your game. But for me, I have volume coming in from my referral sources, past clients and venues and stuff like that. That's why it hasn't been urgent for me over the years to put in so much attention into my Instagram, because I've got my work from other avenues, right?
Yeah, I think Ben Lau has enough juice out there.
So anyway, I'm on those lists. Yeah, that's fine.
So curious question, because you have 3 different brands. Inquiries are between all 3. Who's getting the most inquiries right now?
Pro Paper Studio.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, but mostly Pro Paper
definitely.
because there's more volume.
Volume, and I think Pearl Paper because of the price point.
Mhm.
I think, actually, right now, times like this, I think it will do better. You know what I mean?
Better.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we recently booked a wedding for Pearl Paper. They actually found me first on Reddit. And then they followed and they found Ben Lau, and then they found Pearl Paper Studio, and then they inquired through Pearl Paper Studio.
They're like, we don't want this Karis person or this Ben person.
He's like, Christ, oh my gosh, like. Yeah.
So
They were like, maybe we'll get Ben to show up.
Yeah.
Surprise!
So the last 8 weddings, the last 8 bookings that we had in the last 2 months, 3 were Ben Lau, 3 were Pro Paper, and 2 were Hey Karis.
Almost pretty even across the board.
Yeah,
Which is
Yeah,
good.
but-
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pearl Paper has a higher inquiry volume just because there's just more stuff that Pearl Paper puts out, and the pricing is a little bit more attractive, I guess. And they also cover a larger footprint because like I would charge travel to go out to Long Island, but we have a photographer out in Long Island, so sometimes a couple $100 that makes a difference, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Pro Paper, a slightly higher inquiry rate. But I also like I raised my rates recently because, we're going
All of us did. All of us.
into a different. Pearl Paper is still competitive. Now Ben Lau and Hey Karis, we're competing for a smaller pie, I guess. That market
Yeah.
where they can afford that amount. That pie is much smaller. So
Yeah.
we're in a different league now.
And the goal is to reach like a 5-digit client, which is the goal. It's
Mhm.
just a struggle to get there. No, not a struggle to get there. It's just that you then see your inquiries get lower, you see less bookings, but that technically is supposed to be the goal. So you're not working as much. So it's just it's a very weird emotional transition that we think
Yeah.
where you're failing, but you're actually doing what you were supposed to set out to do.
we got
Right.
two.
What's
We got
also-
two IPS. We got two IPS payments coming in.
Meetings.
This week. No.
Nice.
The payments came in. I was like, oh my god, there's $2,000 that just came in this week.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
from
the IPS.
from the design meeting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, yeah,
I was like, well, I didn't expect that. So
yeah.
And that was the goal. That's why we started all taking less. But
Yeah.
it also is an uncomfortable place to start taking less, I guess.
But also for the way that we took weddings this year, they're very spread out. So that's another reason why we're like not in panic mode, but we were concerned because we went big stretches without having any weddings, not having any design meetings, no retainers coming in. So I feel like this year, once the second half of the year, gets here and we start shooting the rest of the weddings and have all those design meetings, we'll be in that normal state that we're used to being. And we're also going to be a little less picky for next year, just to kind of, make sure that we reach our target and then we can be picky again.
yeah, that hot tub is not going to pay for itself.
There is no hot tub.
that hot tub's not coming for a while.
2025.
So we just talked about traffic. How can people get some more traffic, right? So I guess it's just about being consistent, putting out content regularly on social media, blogging, all that stuff. As far as vendor relationships, do you guys do anything as far as that goes? Aside from
Yeah,
posting
so-
reels, aside from posting reels and content for that venue.
We treat everybody really nice when they work with us. Like, so nice that most people are like, oh my God, you guys are so nice, right?
Oh yeah, they're
And-
like, I want to
and-
work with you.
And
again.
in our heads, we're like, nobody treats you like this. Like, this is like normal to, we're human beings. Like, let's treat each other better, And lately, like every wedding that we've had, even the bridal attendants, like the staff, like we just try to do a good job at just trying to be their friend and also helping them out, whatever they need that we can help them with. And a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah. And I think that helps with them keeping you on top of mind and like, oh, this team was great. We'd want to. And I think that's why we landed on like Cross Keys Estate preferred vendor list
Whoa,
earlier this year.
that's a good one.
And it is. And they didn't ask us. We don't have to pay anything. They literally just emailed us a congratulations email one morning. It was like, congratulations, you're now on preferred vendor list.
They
Because
gave like
we did, we were so good to them.
yeah, they give us like a brief explanation on why they selected us. I'm like, all right, cool, that makes sense. But we've gotten inquiries from them. We just haven't closed any.
Yeah.
Send them our way.
Yeah. But I feel like just based on the fact that people tell us that at venues goes to show you that other photographers are not treating people the way that they want to be treated.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hear that
So,
a
yeah.
lot too. Yep.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and you might not get an immediate like turnaround from that, but like in the future, you never know. The bridal attendant at Park Chateau could be getting married, or her
Yes,
sister's
yes.
getting married, and she's like, "Oh, I know this team that they're great," and then refer us. So
Yep, somebody will remember
we
you.
booked a
you
wedding
know?
like that.
Yep.
yeah,
We booked a client like that.
Cool.
She was I don't know, she was a bridal attendant at D. Seversky Mansion,
oh yeah.
and she loved us. And then we shot her wedding at a different venue. But yeah, just the
You
little
never
things that you don't think about.
Be a nice
you never
person.
know. Yep.
Just be a nice person. Now, do you guys ever go back to the clients who booked you and find out, what it was that got you guys across the finish line?
We never asked, but some do a good job at like leaving reviews, and they kind of like mention why they hired us, the reviews, or they'll tell us throughout the process, like, this is why we hired you guys. A lot of times, like, the work brings them in, but what seals the deal is that the dynamic that we have, that we're a husband and wife team. Some people just love that. Like, they just love the fact that, they're celebrating their love and getting married, and now they have a husband and wife team who's passionate about what they do, also shooting their wedding. And some couples even hire like all husband and wife teams, like all across, like photo, video, like any husband and wife team that they could find, they'll hire. You
We
know,
used to get those.
it helps, you know, it helps as an advantage. And, you know, like same thing when we do consults, you know, Jen does most of the talking. She does like the whole spiel. My job is usually to try to connect with the groom, you know, because the groom's are always quiet. I'm always quiet because Jen's doing the whole meeting. But if I can like joke around and connect with the groom, then our chances increase of getting the booking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The R is silent in JR photo, right?
Silent partner. I mean, I haven't seen a paycheck in 5 years.
But I do ask our clients, like usually during the engagement session, you know, why they decided to move forward with us, you know, and a lot of it had to do with, you know, how comfortable we were able to make them feel during the meeting, that, you know, that we were really interested in what they had going on, as opposed to, and I don't know, I haven't personally seen this. Well, I mean, I wouldn't because I'm a photographer, right? But like, you know, they're telling me they have these photographers who just talk about their accolades and their awards and like, you know, all this circus act, you know, like this presentation. It has nothing to do with the clients whatsoever. It has everything to do with the
Nobody
photographer.
cares.
But they're
They
just
don't
talking
care
about
about it.
themselves. They're not talking about the clients. And I think that's you know, I think that's the wrong way to go about it. But I guess that's more money for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard the same stories from other people, like photographers contacted well-known, you know, photographers in the industry. And that's what they do. They give you the whole rundown of their accolades. Like, we don't care. If we don't care as a photographer, you think a client's going to care about that? No, like they want to get to know you. They want you to get to know them. And then you could also like learn what's important to them. And we could serve them better on the wedding day by knowing that.
1000%.
No one's going to show up with their trophies on the wedding day. Like,
I got my wedding
With
wire
their awards.
Couples Choice Award.
just show up with it. Look.
2019 Wedding Wires Couples Choice Award.
You know, like those are great. Don't get me wrong. Like they give you a little respect, but at the end of the day, they're looking for someone that's gonna mesh well with them.
That's another referral source that we got rid of this year, actually. We got rid of the knot. And like in my head, I'm like, the inquiry rate will be higher because we get a lot coming in from the knot, but like we only booked like one from it last year. So I have to remind myself, like, it's still not even worth it.
What it did work as, and it's happened plenty of times, like when couples will find you, like let's say through a blog post, through an Instagram post, and then they'll go on the knot and you're on the knot too. So that would help like put your name in multiple avenues, and then the couple will see you again, and like right away they're like, oh my God, I was looking at them. Maybe it's meant to be. That happens to us so many times. So, but is that price per month worth just putting yourself in another avenue just to get, you know, a little bit more of a solid booking? I don't think it was worth it for us anymore.
Yeah. I think we were getting like 1 or 2 bookings a year, but I was like, yo, why do I got to pay like $3,000 or $4,000 for that one lead? I can get that on my own. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so that's why we're like, nah, we're not paying that. So Threads is probably the latest and greatest thing that we're talking about right now, right? What are you guys doing on Threads? I posted twice on Threads.
I'm not surprised, Ben. If you're not posting on Instagram, you're not posting on Threads. I post like once a day just to post. So when you create an account, you let it follow everyone that you already follow on your Instagram. So it's a smooth transition in that way. But now when we get followers on Threads and I don't recognize them, I'm not clear in my head if they are because they were already following my Instagram or they're finding me now organically on Threads. So it's like that weird phase where I don't know if they're new people, if they're the same people that are following. So.
And what kind of content are you guys putting up? Because I'm thinking about putting up like dad jokes or something like that. I'm still unclear as to how I want to use this.
I think
platform.
that would be the place you put your dad jokes. That would definitely be the place you put your dad jokes. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Because I was putting my dad jokes on Twitter once upon a time.
Yeah. So now you could do it there, but also throw in some of your own content. You have to like ask questions, have conversations, say your thoughts. It's basically, it's just Twitter.
I think it's
I haven't even signed up.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything and anything.
Did you sign up like yourself personally and the
No,
business?
just the business. I'm not doing personal.
Okay, that's
I
what
don't
I'm saying.
use my
I
personal.
haven't signed up yet.
Yeah. Nope.
You don't need to.
Yeah,
like,
you don't-
It's too much
need
stuff. I can't keep
Yeah.
up anymore.
Unless you were like busy on Twitter, I don't think you need to. Yeah.
But you know what has
No,
been a,
and I-
a sleeper hit for us? Pinterest. I don't
In
know
the
if you guys.
beginning, yep.
No, it's still,
We
it still
used to
does
get
work for us.
bookings from Pinterest. It's been a while though.
But
because I
we
haven't
been
posted
active.
on, like, I haven't been active in like a year.
we
Probably.
haven't updated either. But yeah,
It was a lot of work. People will find you, and you'll probably book one or two, and you start to think like, is doing all that extra stuff like really worth that one or two booking?
yeah.
I guess right now where we're working a little harder, maybe we could circle back and see if we should get more involved again.
Yeah.
If I had an
Well,
assistant, I would have them do it.
Yeah. This week I'm working on paid traffic. So do you guys do paid traffic like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, anything like that? Yeah.
No.
So I've been working on that this week. You know, they say that it works better. This type of strategy works better for boudoir and portrait clients. No one has really quite figured out how to make this work for wedding photography. So I'm going to see if it works. Right. So anyway, I created the content. I'm going to execute it probably this weekend, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Right. But
Yeah, I saw that. I saw someone in a group. I guess they did it for boudoir, and they were like, oh, they booked 39 sessions at $99, and I guess the goal is to like do IPS, but like that's a lot of sessions and a lot of meetings. Like, so let's say that $99 client doesn't like
Of course,
spend money
of course it's gonna
after.
work. It's gonna work at $100. Come on.
Right, but then like how much work are you doing after?
Yeah.
That's like that movie.
That's 40 sessions at $4,000, right? Like,
yeah. Let's just say
Right.
four. Let's round
And
up. Let's
so
round up. It's
you're
$4,000.
banking on the upgrades. It's like something about Mary when they're trying to remember the 8-minute ad video,
Yeah.
and they were like when he had this genius idea of like maybe we should do 7-minute ads, and if you're not happy, we'll send you the next minute free. It's that type of mentality. Like it's that type of like mentality of like let's get them through the door, and then our goal is to try to upsell them. Like that's a lot of people. It's a lot of
Yeah.
meetings, a lot of shooting, a lot of editing.
Yeah. But
I
you know
don't
what?
I'm
For
not too
someone
crazy about
who
that.
for someone who has zero bookings, zero inquiries, right? That could be very attractive.
You're creating content.
Yeah, as long as you have enough content to raise your prices or whatever, you know, that $100 booking fee doesn't have to be $100 forever. You know, I think for like
Right.
a long time, I think Sue Price for 20 years, I think she said she kept her booking rate the same. It was only a couple $100. Where she made her money was on the back end with the prints and things like that. You know, I think she said for 20 years, I think her fee was $500 or whatever it was, and it never changed. She never raised her prices. You know,
mhm.
so for portrait work,
So yeah,
and
that's how it
boudoir
works, I guess, for a portrait. Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I'm going to try it for weddings. I'm going to let you guys know how it goes. If it does work, you guys will see that in my course. I'll put it in my course. But for now, I got to test it on myself first. I'm the guinea pig. I'm always patient number 0, you know, on all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's about it. I mean, do you guys have anything else to add to this this discussion?
I guess just across the board is just no matter what you're using to try to get traffic, to be consistent. I know it sucks. It feels like a full-time job, but every day, or like for me now, I'm making like 10 reels in like 2 days, and then I just have my content for the rest of the month, and I'm not having to worry about doing it. And if you are posting, being authentic to yourself, showing your personality, showing what's important to you, and then keeping it consistent with like blogging, making sure your website is optimized for SEO. What else?
Be strategic with what you're posting too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is the perfect time, I feel like, to be trying new things as well, and also just being more intentional with the content that you're putting out, because people will have more time right now.
Yeah. The people who are complaining don't have no work have more time.
Yeah,
So we
they
have
have
to
more
really
time.
like sit down and think things through more thoroughly, and being very strategic with what you're posting.
It's the perfect time to go through your website, update it, you know, change the branding. And what I mean by branding is put more imagery that will attract more of the target clients that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, instead of using all your energy, you know, what I understand right now, it's slow for a lot of people. Instead of, you know, wasting all that time complaining in Facebook groups and forums and things like that, use that energy to, you know, put content out on your website, on your social media, just like what the Melina said. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
And grind hard. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
And don't get discouraged. I feel like a lot of people will post for like a week, get discouraged that nothing's happened, and then disappear for another 6 months. And then it's like, you have
want
to do
instant-
it 24/7.
They want instant changes, and like when by the time you start to see a crack in your foundation, it's a little too late to start changing things. You should have changed it months ago, but just go ahead and proceed and make all the necessary changes for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, take this downtime to make positive changes in your business. Karen Slough, you have anything to add?
No, I don't.
For those who can't hear her, she shook her head no.
And for those of you guys, and for those of
Don't
you
tell
guys,
anyone to go on Reddit.
yeah. And for those of you guys who are consuming this on the podcast and not the video format, it looks like right now I'm being filmed on one of those old timey webcams from the
Looks
90s.
like it kind of looks like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. You're like in outer space or something.
Cloverfield.
This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad resolution. But you know what? It is pretty dark in here. So that's probably what it is. I might invest in a, no. You know what? I think I have a webcam. I have a webcam somewhere in the house. So I'll take a look.
Just
Use your iPhone. Use your iPhone.
Just record it in the basement. Why are you in the
No.
studio
This is my
anyway?
mobile setup.
You have a recording studio downstairs. Why are you in there? Wow.
That's our time to wrap it up because
Yeah,
Ben's
that's
going to be
our time to
black
wrap
and white.
All right. Well, today's just gonna be a slightly shorter episode because our oldest, he's taking his high school entrance exam tomorrow. No stress or anything like that. We told him that this exam is going to determine
His life depends.
his destiny, the rest of his life.
You shouldn't have told him
You guys
that.
are those parents.
This is going to determine whether or not you're going to be living at home with mom and dad for the rest of your life, or you're going to go out there and make a difference in this world.
Oh my God.
No, I'm kidding.
Poor
But anyway,
baby.
we gotta do some more homework review and some test review with him tonight, so that way he has nightmares tonight, cold sweats tonight.
Oh my gosh.
and
Poor
then-
kid.
And then we gotta get him on his way tomorrow. But today's just a short one. We wanted to try out our little virtual setup just to make sure that everything's
did.
working.
Yeah.
Because I think over the next couple of weeks, so actually, even in the next couple of months, we have a couple of guests who are going to be from out of town, and they won't necessarily be able to come to our studio, our recording studio. You guys let us know how this sounds on your end. If it sounds like amazing, or if it sounds like dog doo-doo. Let us know. Let us know one way or the other.
I'm sure you'll let us know, Ben, when you start listening to it.
All right, but anyway, I think that just about wraps it up here for us today
That
on
wraps it
the
up.
Focused AF podcast. If you guys would like to check out more of our behind the scenes and bloopers and highlights and all that good stuff, you guys can follow us on Instagram at focused.af. You can also check us out on our website at focused-af.com. Also, if you guys have some crazy wedding stories that you'd like to share with us, you guys can send those stories over to us at hello@focused-af.com. But that's pretty much it. You guys focused AF?
Sure are.
I am now.
Have a good night, guys.
Adios.
All right, stay focused AF. Adios.
Focused AF is a fun, business-focused podcast for wedding creatives.
Co-hosted by award-winning husband and wife wedding photography teams Ben and Karis.
And Jen and Ro, where we help fellow wedding creatives with their sales and marketing.
With laid-back conversations and real talk with some of our most favorite people in the universe.
And with that being said, are you focused AF?
I am Focused AF today.
We are Focused AF.
I think I might be Focused AF.
Welcome to the Focused AF podcast.